Hello students, this is the question bank for the subject English, Literature and Language subject code 184 for grade 10. This question bank is released by the CBSE and it has got the questions for every lesson for from the book First Flight and Footprint Without. If the students cover these question banks, it is sufficient enough to score very good marks in the upcoming examination. The students are requested to view this white screen, pause the video and look at the screen, read the questions. Let us proceed. I'll forward the forward and begin with the first flight. Lesson 1, A Letter to God. You're requested to pause the video and read whichever part seems relevant to you. Look at the kind of questions. MCQ questions suitable for the literature section and the subjective questions. These questions are suitable for the MCQs. If you go through all these questions, most probably there are likely questions for the CBSE examinations. Pause the video and read carefully. These are 20 to 30 marks questions. Of course, you are requested to use your opening line and try using these sentences. The questions are given, now the answers. For 100 to 120 words, those are 5 marks questions from A Letter to God. Here you are expected to use your PEE technique with a good opening line, one pointer, one evidence with citations, and an explanation with it is evident that, it can be seen that. The answer keys for the MCQs for this lesson. And you are secure with at least one lesson very well prepared. Let us proceed to The Dust of Snow and Fire and Ice. This is from the textbook First Flight. Read the poem. I'll proceed faster. You may pause the video and read. Fire and Ice, Poem 2. You have your questions. Extra question, 20 to 30 marks questions. 40 to 50 marks questions. 100 to 120 words questions. Extrapolatory beyond the text and across the text. Answer keys for the MCQs which were in the beginning. The next lesson is Nelson Mandela, A Long Walk to Freedom. Textbook First Flight. Read the text. Look at the MCQ. Read the text. Pause the video and read. Look at the close and the options. 20 to 30 words question. 40 to 50 words questions. The dialogue. 100 to 120 words questions beyond the text and across the text. That is called an extrapolatory question. For diary entry, make sure day, date, and time is written, and it is on the left hand side. Dear diary, you may write or you may not write. At the end, good night diary, and the name of the person. Answer key. Next is the poem, A Tiger in the Zoo. From the text, First Flight. Pause the video, read the questions. Next question. MCQ answers. We proceed to the next questions. Two stories about flying and his first flight from the textbook First Flight. Read the text, read the questions, try answering. 20 to 30 words question, 40 to 50 words questions. Detailed questions of 100 to 120 words beyond the text and across the texts. Maslow's theory. Read carefully. It self-actualization, achieving one's full potential, including creative activities. Next is esteem and needs, prestige and feeling of accomplishment, belongingness and love needs, intimate relationships and friends, safety needs, security and safety, psychological needs, food, water, warmth, and rest. The first part is self-fulfillment needs. Next is psychological needs. At the bottom is the basic needs. Parenting style. Demanding doesn't force limits. One is sensitive and responsive. One is stern and punitive. One is authoritative. One is authoritarian. One is permissive. One is enlarge it for a better view. Uninvolved. The parenting style that is mentioned is uninvolved. MCQ questions, answers. The next lesson, that is two stories about flying, black aeroplane, first flight, the textbook First Flight. Read the text, answer the questions, look at the options. These are the MCQ questions for literature. Then analogy, read the text, attempt the question. Next is close with options given for A, B, C, and D at the bottom. Next question 4. Question 5. Look at the columns, the idioms in column A and the story events in B. You need to have a full view before you can begin answering 1, 2, 3, and 4. Look at the options. How would you describe the mood of the story? Answer in 20 to 30 words, 40 to 50 words, 100 to 120. These are beyond and across the texts. And here comes your detailed answers and answer keys for the MCQs for A and B. And let us proceed to the next. That is how to tell wild animals. This is from the text First Flight. Be mindful of what is deleted for the academic year and then prepare for the questions. This resource is prepared for the entire textbook. Check your portion for the academic year and then prepare for your examination. Proceeding to the next, the ball poem. Text the first flight. Read, get the questions, get the options, stop, pause, and read. Look at the question, look at the diagram, the mind map. Get the next question, pause and read the question. And now let us proceed to 20 to 30 words questions and 40 to 50 words questions. And then we have the extrapolated 100 to 120 words, which are beyond the text and across the text. And you can see some element of comparison, the and the ball poem. Next is from the diary of Anne Frank. This is again from the first flight. Read the text and answer the questions. Look at the visuals, the layout, mind map. Okay, the next question, pause the video, pick the sentence. If you don't know the meaning of brooding, check it. Extra questions, extra practice. Look at the visuals, look at the paragraph, and a combination of both. Pause the video, read carefully. Twenty to 30 words questions, 40 to 50 words questions. This involves all the writing formats that we know. 100 to 120 words, text beyond and across the text, the dialogue writing. There are no single quotes for the dialogue. There is only the name, colon, for capital letter, and you continue. Make sure that it is at least one or two sentences. It should never be very long. Answer keys for the MCQs. Pause, check, self correct your answers. Amanda, textbook first flight. Read carefully, pause the video and read. It's the question. Check, look at the options, read the text, look at the questions, select the answer, look at the visuals, select the option. Let us proceed to the next. Pause the video and read. 20 to 30 words questions, 40 to 50 words questions, the visual, 100 to 120 words questions, beyond text and across text. Look at the visuals also. Read this text very carefully. You've been asked to give your reference to the poem Escape or elaborate your understanding. So certain things are given as sample questions. Make sure that you have some understanding of those extrapolatory readings or texts given over here. Check your MCQ answers. Lesson 5 and 6, that is the 100 presses, 1 and 2. Textbook first flight, read the text, and the MCQs. Part 2. Look at this sample. This letter should close on the left hand side, though it is given from the text. But remember this very carefully. All letters, diary entry, etc., all should close on the left hand side near the margin. Right hand side is the old style, which is outdated. The next text and the questions based on the text. Look at the declaration, mind map, the options, select, read the question. Now the answer key to the questions that you have just attempted. Read very carefully, self-correct your answers. And now we have subjective questions. 20 to 30 words questions. Questions. 40 to 50 words questions. Part 1 and from part 2. 100 to 120 words questions. These are detailed questions. Look at the sample given. Compare and contrast means compare similarities, contrast means write differences, evaluate means give your opinion. It is evident that. Next is animals in first flight. Check the portion. 20 or 30 words questions. And then 40 to 50 words questions. 100 to 120 words questions. Those are extrapolatory, beyond text and across the text. We have a writing format over here. Please be mindful of all the writing formats. When you're asked to write separate paragraphs or write an article, write a report, you need to have a heading and you need to have the writer's name. Check very carefully all the writing formats. You may be asked to write a paragraph, an essay, a report, or an article, so please be prepared for all the formats for such questions. Now, Walt Whitman and Nelson Mandela comparison. You need to be aware of the poet and the writer. You can see some certain comparison established over here and the answer key to your MCQs. Glimpses of India, textbook first flight. Read the text very carefully. Read it carefully. Next question, next text. Pause the video and read. Answer the questions that follow. Next question, read the text that is given along with it and the options. Pause the video and read the options. First answers in 20 to 30 words. Questions are given. 40 to 50 words questions. 100 to 120 words. Beyond the text and across the text means extrapolatory questions. And this is the answer key for the MCQs that you have just attended. Be mindful of the portion that is in the examination. Check the portion that is for the academic year. This resource is based on the entire textbook. The palm trees. Comparison established over here. Point of view of Wanda. and a comparison with the form given over here. If you ask a question whether deleted portion and the known portion, the best is to know the portion, the deleted portion, so that you are well aware. Answer keys to the MCQs. Be mindful of the deleted portion. Which is the author, textbook, first flight. 20, 30 words, 40 to 50 words. Get the letter format. Don't miss out the samples given in every lesson, no matter deleted or not deleted. It will definitely help you prepare for the kind of lessons or the kind of questions that can be asked. Speech writing, the title is given. Under that should be your name, student of which grade, and then wishing everyone, or you begin with the quotation, and then you wish dear friends, and you begin with your speech, and you end it. I hope this speech, I urge everyone to follow the advice, and then you end it with a thank you. The answer key, the MCQ, fog, be mindful of the portion, deleted portion. For the academic year, kindly check your portion. This resource is based on the entire textbook. And it's 30 words, 40 to 50 words. And when you come to the comparative questions, be mindful of comparison established with the portion that we have for the academic year. MCQ answers. Then is Madam writes the burst, first flight, passage, questions based on it. Hundred to 120 words. Dialogue writing, diary entry. Please be mindful of day, date, and time, and everything on the left hand side. And close it with begin with Dear Diary, two paragraphs, events and feelings, and then the Good Night Diary, uh, and then your signature. Answer key to the MCQs. Then we have the tale of Custer the Dragon. The text first flight. Read carefully. Read the questions. Extra questions. Read the text. Read the stanza. Extra questions. Hyperbole. 20 to 30 words questions. 40 to 50 words questions. Then we have dialogue, 100 to 120 words questions. Dialogue continue, a letter. Make sure you have the complete format. If the information is not given, invent it. Comparison of characters. The first flight and custard. MCQ answers. The sermon at Banaras from the first flight. Pause and read, and then answer the questions. 20 to 30 words. 40 to 50 words. Extrapolatory questions based on 100 to 120 words. Comparison of sermon at Banaras and glimpses of India. MCQ answers. Check your answers. Be mindful of the portion that is deleted for the academic year. Check the answers. Check your portion. This resource is based on the entire textbook. Check your portion for the academic year and then use the resource. Look at the questions for the comparative analysis. If it has certain aspects which are to be used with, say, the portion, say, the proposal, then kindly go ahead and read, and Gregory also. Answers for MCQs. Proposal, play from the text first flight, read the excerpt, and then answer the questions. Went through 30 words questions. 40 to 50 words questions. And 120 words. The picture is based on the matrimony. A middle-aged gentleman of a respectable rank in life who enjoys an income of £200 a year with fair expectations and who might otherwise offer a favorable account of himself wishes to marry. The limitations of any, in the intimations of any lady of an unblemishable character of an age not less than 30 nor more than 37 and of an income at least equal to his own, that is his rank, requires such Having a similar wish and condescending a favor him will be received due respect and attended to with strict honor and inviolable secrecy. Letters to be addressed postpaid, SH number 8 and Park Palace, Kingston. Advertisement, answer key to MCQ. With this, we come to the end of first flight. The next textbook, that is Footprints Without Feet, will be covered in the next video. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Kindly practice these questions. It is released by the CBSE and it will definitely feature in the question paper. It will help you prepare for the CBSE examinations. Thank you very much for your kind attention and kindly like the video so that it gets added up in your liked videos. You can refer it time and again.